With 4,500 naira, I produced my own multi-purpose liquid soap at home. Join me, guys. So I went to the chemical shop close to me and I told them that I wanted to produce 10 liters of my own multi-purpose liquid soap that I will use to do everything in the house. So they got the measurements for me. If you just tell them how many liters you want to produce, they are going to measure it and sell to you. So when I got home, I dissolved my Texapon with hot water because I wanted to produce that soap that same time. I didn't want to spend too much time with the soaking everything. But if you have all the time, you can soak all the chemicals that you need to soak like 2 hours before production time. Then when you come back, they are already dissolved properly. You just need to stir and start production. But because I didn't have all the time, I used hot water to soak just the Texapon because it's very difficult to dissolve. That was what I was doing there. So I went in to dissolve the caustic soda. That particular chemical is very, very harsh. You need to be very, very careful when dissolving it. Yes, I also dissolved this one that looks like rice. This particular one, they call it the SLSS. It looks like rice. You have to stir and stir till it start foaming. It's fully dissolved. You can't see this rice particle in it any longer. So I also went in to dissolve the soda ash. Yes. So for this whole production, you need to take safety measures. Don't mind me. I was not putting on my gloves, my nose mask. You need all of those things because you don't want any chemical to touch you. So yes, I dissolved my soda ash, my SLSS, the one that looks like rice, my caustic soda. I Those are the ones I dissolved before I started my production. Yes. So this is me dissolving it here, making sure like I stir very well before I allow it to keep dissolving on its own. Then I set them aside. So after I set them aside, I will you see where I will get the bigger bowl. I used a bigger bowl so I'll have all the space I need to stir properly. Yes, that was why I got the bigger bowl. Then I measured 10 liters of water initially because it was very thick. I needed more water. So you can just bring like 15 liters of water and keep aside because I got stores for 10 liter. Then if those people that are selling, they can use up to 20 liters, but it's for my personal use. I need it to have all the quality possible. So this is me pouring in the nitroso. This chemical I poured there is nitroso. That is what I use for my soap base. I poured in water and I started stirring almost immediately because I wouldn't want it to have lumps. Yes, I kept stirring and stirring and stirring. Then the next chemical I added was the caustic soda, which I had already dissolved in a smaller portion. Yeah, so that one can be very, very sticky. If you don't dissolve it very, very well, it will have lumps. So at that point my kids wanted to come out, but I don't want that because this is chemicals we are dealing with here and they are children. They may go there and one of the chemicals may spill on them. So I'm trying to say that children don't need to be around this space, and you need to mix these chemicals outside the house so it can circulate up. You can inhale the chemicals, which is very, very harmful. Oh. Yes. So this is me. I kept stirring that nitrosol. Yeah. I've not added that caustic soda. When I add the caustic soda, you will notice the very thick consistency to start becoming thick like pap. Yes, that is now when you need a whole lot of arm work. Your arm will start paining you like this thing needs someone you must eat. In fact, you go chop food before you start this production. Oh. So I was still missing the nitrosol here. Like I told you, I don't want that lumpy consistency in my soap. Here I've added the caustic soda here, the one I dissolve. I've already added it here, and it's turning thick already. It's turning thick. I then added water. I added water to it to enable me turn very very well. Don't forget, it was 10 liters of liquid soap I told them I wanted to produce. So the nitrosol that I put into this black bowl, this black bath, I added 5 liters of water and I was stirring. When I added my caustic soda, I added little water again because it was very very thick. Then I went back to add another hot water to that Tezapon because the one I added have cooled off and is not properly dissolved the way I want it. So I added another hot water to it and I came back. I continued stirring. Oh God, my arm was really aching here. So one thing I love about this liquid soap is that you are going to decide the consistency, because those ones you are buying, you understand, the person have produced it and is whatever they give you that you are buying. But this one, you are going to you are going to determine how you want your own to be, because the thicker it is, the better for you. The thicker it is, the better for you. It's going to foam more than when it's very very watery. So I started introducing all those other chemicals that I dissolved here. This is me adding the SLSS. You don't need to worry about the names of these chemicals I'm calling. They are going to number it in the chemical shop. If you want to know the name, tell them to write each of the names that they numbered. They should indicate the name so that you will be familiar with the name, which is what helped me in making this video. You understand? So this is me adding all those chemicals I dissolved, the soda ash, the STTP, I started adding all of them and I continue stirring because I don't want a lumpy soap. I love my soap transparent and clear. I love the consistency to be very very okay. I want it easy when using it to wash clothes or car or dishes. I don't need to struggle much. So I continue stirring this soap. If you have someone that can help you to stir, please call them. Hey, because I almost gave up. Oh, I almost gave up, but I don't give up. I don't give up. I know the purpose why I was producing this soap, for people that have growing kids that have started doing house chores. You understand? When you give them one sachet of omo, they will finish it in washing 5 plates. So when you have this liquid soap in your house, it's economical. They can be using a little that they use will help them a lot. So I was still adding the chemicals here, and I was stirring. I was not resting because my friend that did hers, she got a whole lot of lumps inside it and it's very difficult to dissolve. You will be discouraged. So mine was turning out well. I continue with that ginger, like that encouragement. So at this point I introduced this foam booster. This stuff I'm adding here is called foam booster. I introduced it to the soap and I continue stirring because I want my soap to foam a lot. That is what will help the soap to last for you, because when the soap is not foaming, it will consume a lot of soap for you to do something. But when it's foaming, just a little soap, you are good to go. So that is it. This brown stuff is called sulfuric acid. Yes, so the sulfuric acid and the foam booster, those are, and the fragrance, those are the ones that you are not going to mix with water. Oh yes, you are not mixing those ones with water, but every other chemical you are going to mix with water. Then you can start with your nitro. So this is my preservative and my fragrance. This, okay, no, this one I'm holding here is the color. Sorry, you can get any color that you like. Green color, pink color, yellow color, they have it. So I was just like, why did I even get green? Because I'm used to seeing liquid soap, even the ones they sell, green, green, green. I would have loved pink. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that is the color here. I dissolve the color here before I introduce it to the soap. But before then, I I added my what's it called, perfume. I added my perfume and my preservative. That's what I was holding here. So you can get any fragrance of your choice. That is the good thing about producing your own soap. If there's any fragrance you don't like, there's no point putting it in your soap. But if you are buying liquid soap, you can just buy and you end up getting the fragrance that you don't like, but you can control whatever goes into your soap because you produce it yourself. Almighty say chemical don pour me o. Which story I go tell my husband biko say I dey do soap. So that was why I looked at my friend that way. So I added the fragrance here. Wow, you need to perceive this soap. Like, you need to feel the fragrance coming out from my soap. Very, very nice. I was so happy. I was so proud of myself. This is the first time I produced this liquid soap myself. This is the first time. Yes. So I added the fragrance and the perfume. I stirred, stirred, stirred. So it was time for me to add my color. Oh, I love the way everything started turning out when I added that color. I was like, wow, I did it. I made it. Like, my soap have come together already. And there was no lumps. So I was happy. You can actually start up your own business with this liquid soap production. Oh, like, if you don't know what business to do, I think this is a very lucrative business. Because, okay, imagine I got this whole chemicals for 4,500 naira, and look at the quantity it's giving me. It can even give you 15 liters. Mind you, I told them I was producing 5 liters. So in my next video, I'm going to talk about, like, from what I've seen, how much you can make from this quantity. Stay tuned.